Hey, yo, internets. This portion of the Combat Jack Show is sponsored by Bevel, the superior shaving system designed for people with coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Internets, man. We got merchandise popping. You know what I'm saying? The website is kicking. But listen, this right here is on the other level. Go to getbevel.com. Punch in the promo code FREEJACK, like me, FREEJACK, FREEJACK, to get free on your orders for the next 30 days, man. Stop fucking around. Go to getbevel.com, punch in FREEJACK as your promo code. They'll know who the fuck sent you. Don't tell them it was Combat Jack. Tell them it was Lord Bevel. Now run. Go, scatter, and shave like a fucking boss. And now back to the show.
Get ready for combat.
No escaping.
Get ready for combat. Get ready for combat. Yeah. The Combat Jack Radio Show. Stand up.
Hey, yo, internet, so you're tuned into the Combat Jack Show, combatjack.com. Listen. Right now, we got the crazy merch campaign going on, man. Like, we rolled out some amazing T-shirts, particularly the T-shirts for the ladies. I want at least 80% of my women followership, man, to get these T-shirts, man. We got pink, we got yellow. Is that it? We got all sizes, right? I want to see women flourish, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Combat Jack Show realizes that women are the major key. My niggas, I know I fuck with y'all and I always got y'all, but I got this revelation, man. Women are the major key. So women, ladies, if you listen to the Combat Jack Show, go to Shopify, right? What's the site?
You can go to our site.
Okay. Go to combatjackshow.com. Get the link. Come on, support us. We've been giving you this free, incredible content for the past 6 years. It's amazing. Before we jump into the show, man, I'm really, really excited, man, because it's not every day I sit down with a legend, man, particularly a legend that's not usually in this region, man, in this New York region. And, I'm one of those old school New York, fans that, back in the day, if you weren't from New York, you wasn't popping. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't fucking with y'all. Like y'all ain't supposed to pop outside the tri-state region, man. But, from early on, man, when I heard these people's music and this man's music in particular, man, I was like, yo, like the South is really doing it, man. But before we get into that, man, I got this little flu bug in my throat right now, and I need some energy, man. So let me crack open this monster right here. Let me feel that energy coursing through my veins right now. Internet's is popping. So anyway, let's get to this, man. Special thanks to our friends over at Monster. Thank you, man. And I'm glad that you support us, and we'll continue to supporting you. Yo, like I said, legend, and I don't throw that term out easily. Yeah, man, fuck it, man. Like the South is on top right now. The South is everywhere, but we got to talk to this pioneer that really carried the shit on his back. Yo, let's introduce and welcome to the Combat Jack Show, Mr. Willie D. What's up, Willie?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me, man.
Yo, it's been a long time, man, since I saw you, man.
I know. It's too long. We can't let that happen again,
Nah, man.
We can't let that happen again, really.
How often are you in New York, man?
Probably about a couple times a year. Since my daughter goes to school here.
Right.
She's been in school here about 3 years now, so I come out here for her. But other than that, I'm really not in the city.
What is she studying?
Political science.
Really?
Yeah, she just got a full ride law degree.
Really?
Yeah, so she.
Yo, congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
She's about to go to law school.
Yeah, I love when I see rappers and MCs of a certain age or of a certain generation, like putting their kids through school, like through rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers like D Nice. You know what I'm saying? Like brothers that really like put their, it's amazing, man. And I definitely commend you, man, because at the end of the day, man, we get a bad rap still.
Yeah.
We get a bad rap still.
Here's the thing, the thing is that I hear a lot of people speaking down on rap.
Still, right?
Yeah. And like, especially like when something goes bad, like all of the societal ills are blamed basically on rappers. Most everything is rappers, it's athletes, it's people in the entertainment industry.
It's black people. It's black people. Yeah.
That's true.
That's a bigger picture.
That's true. And but also one of the biggest things is that the way I feel, I look at it like this. if you're going to blame hip hop for your child's shortcomings or the things that's wrong with society, or when your kid don't perform at an optimum level, your child become a crackhead, he drop out of school, fighting the principal, whatever.
Start banging or whatever.
Hey, start banging, whatever it is. Then I think you should also blame rap when your child becomes successful, when your child becomes that. You blame the entertainment industry when your child becomes that great doctor
and that lawyer,
that scientist,
right?
That lawyer, that good cop,
that good cop.
Okay, whatever it is,
right.
Give the entertainment industry credit for that.
That
too.
Olympian,
yeah. Give the entertainment industry the props for that too, because as you know, the entertainment industry raises everybody.
Yes.
Basically, everybody loves some form of entertainment. So you have to say, well, what happened to the ones who got it, who figured it out, who didn't fall prey? See, this is how a lot of parents don't like taking responsibility for their actions. But they love to take credit. Like, it's when their kids are messing up, they want to blame everybody but themselves.
Right.
But when their kid does well, they want to take credit exclusively. Yeah, that boy got just like me.
Got my genes.
Got just like me. Got that from my side of the family.
Right,
Everything is me when their kid's doing well. But when their kids are not doing well, when they fall short of the glory, they want to figure out somebody else to blame. Now, here's the thing. I've had my kids from day one. From the time that they came out of the womb.
How old were you?
I was right there. My first child came. I was 27 when she was born. Okay. I was in the delivery room. The nurse, first of all, I was standing right there waiting to receive her when she came out of the womb. The nurse grabbed her and took her over, wiped the afterbirth off. Okay. First, let me get back up. I cut the umbilical cord. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I did that too.
Let me do that. Let me get there first. Okay. So then the nurse wiped the afterbirth off of her, and I held her in my hands. I was the second person to hold her.
Right.
All right. And I made some promises to her while I was holding her. At first, man, I really felt guilty for the first time in my life that I had taken part in producing her.
Why?
Because when she came out, she opened her eyes and she was looking around, like trying to adjust her eyes, like, where am I? Like she was doing like that, looking around and stuff. And when she finally looked, she looked at me. And so silently I answered the question, you are in a fucked up place.
Why, personally?
Yeah. See, I've always wanted to have kids so I could get it right.
Right.
I wasn't raised in the best way.
And I want to get into that too, man.
So I always wanted to have kids so I could get it right and I could prove it and I could do, treat my kids like I wanted to be treated. Give my kids the life that I didn't have.
Right.
But all the way up until the time she actually came out, I was proud. And then, once she got here, I felt guilty for bringing her into this evil ass world.
Man.
And then I said to myself, I said, man, you're gonna have to deal with heartbreak. You're gonna have to deal with backstabbing friends. You're gonna have to deal with traffic stress. You have to deal with you have to deal with illness. You have to deal with
life.
The loss.
You got to deal with
loss
life.
of parents.
Yes.
And eventually you have to face your own mortality.
Right.
And I did this to you.
Right.
And then I said, but you're here now. And my goal is to make sure that your ride is as easy as possible. And so sometimes I know I get under her skin.
As we supposed to.
Yeah. And she gets a little upset with me for that. But she don't understand my story.
Right.
All the way completely. She kind of knows where I come from and I've shared things along the way, but she just don't know, how much pressure I put on myself to make sure that she have a good life and to protect her. That's my goal. And so my goal is like, okay, I'm responsible for you. I'm here to protect you. I'm here to provide for you. I'm here to provide not only financially, but to coach you and train you, provide counseling. I'm here for you. I'm here to be that support system for you. So that means that when I see danger, if I see anything that's going to run counter to what I'm talking, what I'm trying to instill in you, and that these expectations that I have for you are great, are tremendous. And if I see anybody trying to impede on that, it's going to be trouble.
It's a problem.
So pick your boyfriends very carefully. Very carefully.
Have you met any of her boyfriends?
Yeah. She picked well.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. Now, Willie, man, you've told us a lot of times, man, but you came from a very abusive background, man. Both of your parents, from what I understand, were alcoholics, and your mother was very abusive to you, man.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah. I mean, my mom was everything. See, I was raised to settle conflict with fists and guns and verbal assaults. You don't like something somebody do, you smack them, give them a smack.
This is all you knew.
Yeah, this is what I know. You don't like what somebody said, you insult them. If you don't like it, you shoot them, whatever. You bring them some kind of physical harm.
Mm-hmm. And that was normal. That was normal to you.
Well, it was normal up until I got maybe around the 5th grade. At first, because I was a bully, because I was being bullied at home. Right. I went out into the streets and became a bully.
What were you being bullied about, man? Like at home, like what?
It was just my mom didn't have patience. Like if she didn't have patience for you're not moving fast enough. She didn't have patience for if you failed to clean up the restroom or clean the kitchen. She didn't have patience for if you made a mistake. If you broke something in the house, that was automatic. It was no mistakes allowed. Right. Everything was an automatic ass whooping. Right. And that was she never allowed any latitude for mistakes. Right. So it made me very angry. And I grew up at a time where you respected your mom no matter what. So I would not do to my mom what some of these kids today do to their moms.
I can't believe what some of these kids do.
Yeah, I would not like curse my mom out or swing on my mama under no circumstances. So, but I would do it to other people.
Right. Because you were angry.
And I'm going to tell you something else.
Yes, sir.
For like in the younger years of my life, if a woman did something to me and she was, got out of line with me or swung on me or something like that, I dealt with her just like I would do a dude.
Right.
And see, the reason why I was so quick to do that, though, is because I had that suppressed anger. Right. And I'm thinking like, I'm not going to hit my mom, but everybody else get it.
Everybody get it.
Everybody else going to get it. It doesn't matter. Everybody else going to get it. And that's why I can understand, not say that I accept it or I support it, but I understand the psyche of dudes who do beat women. A lot of these dudes who beat women came from abusive homes. Their moms were abusive. Mm-hmm. Many of these guys in the hood, moms are abusive.
It's a lot of shit going on in the hood.
It's a whole lot. See, as much as I love the hell out of women, and I'm not one of those gender haters. I'm not one of those dudes that, man, women this, women this, women is. I think both of us got some learning to do,
of course.
and I think both genders have some work to do, and I do think that we need each other. Mm-hmm. But it's well documented what a man's role is, and when a man falls short in society, especially black men, how people call us out, and they call us,
particularly our women.
They call us out on our shit, right? Mm-hmm. But our women don't get called out enough on their shit,
right?
You got to think, okay, if all of these black males are in jail and the black man is not in the home, where are they getting their learning from? Mm. They're getting it from their mothers, like I got from my mother. Right. See, nobody tells us when my mom knocks the hell out of me, knocks me down, and creates this monster, neglects me, swings on me, and creates this monster. Nobody tells me that I'm not going to get a pass like she gets a pass. See, a woman can get a pass in the neighborhood. She can be loud and boisterous.
And
she can
physically
slap.
and verbal,
she can be aggressive,
abusive, right.
swing on people and all that kind of stuff. And people will protect her at all costs.
Right.
Like, that's mama, got to protect her.
Right.
Oh, man, don't do that to this woman. Don't do that. But they don't tell you that you're, as a black male, the most endangered species on the planet. The most hated species on the planet, the most feared species on the planet.
Indeed.
They don't tell us that we're not going to get a pass if we swing on somebody.
Right.
We're going to get gunned down. We're going to get swung on. We're going to get stabbed. We're going to jail because to a lot of people, we're very, very disposable. They don't give a damn about black males. It's like, and everybody recognizes that we do need some learning. We do need some help. We do need some assistance. We do need a break. But nobody's willing to implement any type of programs or changes to give us that break or give us those opportunities. So, and I'm not playing victim. Don't get me wrong. I mean, because my whole thing was, I realized early on, these motherfuckers hate us. I realized that. I was like, they fucking hate us.
Zero tolerance.
They hate us. When white boys do something wrong, it's boys will be boys. When black boys do something, it's lock that motherfucker up. He's just like the rest of them.
Super predator.
I didn't even know that there was a such thing as a diversion program, automatic diversion programs for people until I was like in my late 20s. And these are programs that white kids automatically qualify for. They automatically offer white kids these deals. Right. But for black boys, they come in soon. Yeah, diversion programs. It's like, okay, this is a situation where if you get into any kind of trouble, okay, you commit a crime, you qualify to be. They put you on some type of probation or something like that for 6 months. Right. A year or so. Right. And if you don't get in any more trouble, it gets wiped totally off your record. Wow. It's way better than deferred adjudication. Right. It's like it's never even seen on your record. So there's a lot of people right now, a lot of guys in corporate America right now who have done things in the past when they were young, but they qualified for the diversion program. They got slapped on the wrist, shook up real quick, scared real hard and scared to death, and they figured out this shit, okay, I better not do that no more. Well, when a black kid do something, it's lock that motherfucker, throw away the key, or at the least, put him on paper.
Put him on paper.
Put him on some paper. That way, if he do something else, we got him. We justified if he do anything else. We justified.
And drag his family. Drag his fucking family.
And that's the way the game goes. It's a total separate set of rules. Having said that, as a black male, all black males have the responsibility to avoid those traps. We know that we're being targeted. We know we're being hunted. So it's our job to avoid those traps. It's like they're not going to take their foot off of our necks. You can forget it. Don't look for any help. Help yourself. But just know how the game is played. And once you understand how the game is played, you can circumvent all of the bullshit. Because if you think about the dope game, anybody selling dope today is fucking is retarded, okay? It's a whole different level of the game going on.
You know
now.
They say we can't use that word anymore.
I say retarded. It's a good word. Yeah. It makes a strong point and lets people know, you fucked up for real. Yeah. Retarded.
Something's wrong with you.
Yeah, you retarded, okay? Anybody that selling dope right now is fucking retarded because you automatically are going to get caught. Mm-hmm. They don't have to catch you anymore making any type of hand-to-hand exchange anymore. They don't have to do that anymore. All they need now is somebody to pick up a newspaper and say your name. Mm-hmm. All they need is somebody to say, he sold me 10 birds
on such and such
a month,
mm-hmm.
10 birds a month for the past year. 10 birds a month, the DA gonna be like 10 birds a month times 12, it's 120. Okay, you got 120 keys. That's what they're gonna charge you for. 120 keys. All they need to get is somebody to point the finger mm-hmm. at your ass. Just mm-hmm. get up there and point the finger. And You out of here. Because what they're going to do, the first thing they're going to do is say, okay, he did what? Okay. And they're going to get on the computer. They're going to pull your file. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to look at your criminal record, first and foremost. Okay. Okay. Pull your financials. Okay, he has a Rolls Royce. He has a Land Rover, BMW, but the BMW is in his mom's name. It's $90,000. His mom hasn't worked in 15 years, and pull it, Mom.
How do you know all of this so well, man?
Man, I deal with the people, man. You know, and I know people. I know people from all walks of life. I mean, I have friends from all walks of life. I have friends who are federal judges. I have friends who are cops. You know, I have black friends, white friends, Asian friends. I have friends. I have people that associates.
And you're fortunate.
Business. I do a lot of type of business.
Your life has brought you to this point where you can have this access to so many different friends, man.
Yeah. I've always been open. I've always been open about things like that. I've always found it intriguing to know people of different backgrounds from myself. I know about my background. I know everything about me, and that might be very interesting to somebody else, but I lived it, so it's more intriguing to me to learn about somebody else's background.
Yo, Willie, when you got caught up, man, like when you got caught up in the system, right? Did you ask yourself, like, how the fuck did I get here?
No, I really didn't, because I actually knew what I was doing.
Right.
I made a conscious decision to say, fuck it, you know, because that's something that I have to work on myself, because I'm the type of dude. I know better, and I'm vengeful.
Right.
Like, if somebody do me, I am still vengeful. You know, like, that's why Stacey Dash is getting it right now.
We're about to jump into that now.
I'm very fucking.
Let me find out you're a little petty, man.
Yeah, no, I'm very vengeful, man. You know, and I'm working on. I have to work on that, and that was just for me, was just not being smart at all, because you have to always think about the bigger picture. Like, I think most of us love our children.
Yes, we do.
And a lot of times we hustle for our children. We say, man, I'm doing this for my children. I got to get this bread. I got to get this money. But when you go and you get that money and you take that money and that money ain't clean and you get caught up, then these same kids that you was doing this for has to be raised by another man. Or they have to be raised on their own. They have to figure it out on their own. And you can't give them any kind of game, because you can't raise babies from the pen.
You can't do that.
You can't raise babies from the pen. So that's why when you go out there and you do dirty and you get caught up in the system, it's just as worse. It's just as bad as having not ever been there in the first place. Because you're going to miss that first day of school. You missing them walking. You missing the talking. You missing the graduations. You don't know. You can't warn them against the traps out there set, you know, with the different type of females that may come into your son's life, or the different type of men that may come in. You can't regulate. That's why, you know, a lot of girls that get molested are molested by stepdaddies. Because the stepdaddy, when he come in, the stepdaddy coming in,
like the wolf in the hen house.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. But the stepdaddy coming in, he trying to fuck something, okay? Particularly your mama first. But when the daughter get a certain age and she start getting curves, and she start getting some kind of curves, in his mind, that's just another woman. It's just another girl. It's another female in his mind. And so it's okay to look at her in a certain kind of way. Right. But see, daddy ain't going to look like that. In most cases, daddy ain't going to ever see his daughter in that type of way.
Daddy's looking for somebody that's looking at his daughter.
He watching, he checking, and he telling her also what to watch out for. Right. And then what also ends up happening is that once you get caught up, then I don't know how it happens, man, but subconsciously your daughter end up with the same kind of guy that you are. You know, ends up with a guy that's you know, end up with a prison record, and you know, something. She ends up going through the same type of process,
perpetuating the cycle,
same type of process that your woman, her mother, went through. Right. You know, so the thing is that if we really, really love our kids, like we really, really say we do, we're going to have to just make those sacrifices and say, man, I got to be a little bit more patient. And I know if I touch this shit, I know if I push that package, I know these motherfuckers are going to get me. They waiting on me. They trust me. And the crazy thing is that we'll sell dope on the street corner, or we'll have a trap house, right? And we'll sell dope, or we'll do whatever we're doing, okay? Whatever our hustle is, right? That our illegal hustle is, right? And we think that these people can't see us. Man, these people got fucking telescopes.
They tapped into our phones right now.
These people got telescopes thousands of miles in the damn sky somewhere, beaming down and seeing what's going on in Iraq.
Yeah.
They can see what's going on in Iraq. You think they can't see what your ass doing on the corner in Brooklyn? In the corner in Fifth Ward?
Right.
You think they can't see that shit? They know. If you're getting away with it, if you're doing it and you shine it, man, they just building their case. They see you.
They see you shining.
They're building their case. Or they're just sitting back and they got bigger chickens to fry.
Of course.
For the moment.
Right.
They doing something else. They're preoccupied because they know you're not going to stop.
Right.
So they just over here taking care of business over here, locking fools up over here, taking it. Then, all right, man, you about ready to go get it.
You about to take over.
Okay, let's go get
them. Let's get them.
They'll sit up and watch you for 10 years.
Yo, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Man. So you talked about coming from this abusive background,
Mm-hmm.
and we touched on how abuse, man, perpetuates a cycle of abuse. How did you break that, man?
Oh, man. You know, I used to see it so much. I think I was about 10 years old when I became aware that I was going to need some outside influence.
Right.
Because I was seeing people I was hearing people talk about abuse and how it's a cycle. It's hard to break the cycle. And I would hear people talking about
generations and generations.
Yeah, I would hear people talking about, well, I was abused and then they become abusers. And I would be like, how can you be be the same monster that perpetuated certain things, crimes and injustices and acts against you? How could you be that same person? And I was like, I know I don't want to be, but I don't think they wanted to be either because they hated being abused too. But how did they become abusers? And I just said, I think I need some help. Lord, don't let me be like that. I prayed.
Prayed out.
A lot.
Right.
A whole lot. I used to pray all the time. I'm talking about like from time little, like real young, like 10 years old, all the way up. Because I knew I wanted kids and I knew it was a better way.
Right.
And I just wanted better for my children.
How'd you know it was a better way?
I used to watch television.
Stop, man.
I used to watch Good Times and the Brady Bunch.
Right. Stop, man.
I watched Good Times. I watched Brady Bunch.
The Brady Bunch had a sweet life, man.
It did. But I watched Good Times because Good Times was more relatable. That was where I came from. The whole family component, with James being the patriarch of the family. That dude was like my man. It was like, man, I saw that dude. I was like, if I want that dude right there to be my daddy. If I had, I had a daddy, but my daddy was an alcoholic. So that was not somebody I could look up to. And I was like, if I could be any dude, I would want to be like him.
That's hot, man. Because
he not only provided and protected, he loved his family unconditionally.
Right.
Everything was by family. Everything was about his woman and his children.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Right.
And that man got kicked down so many times. And every time he got kicked down, he got back up and came back stronger. And I liked the whole idea of that. Now, what I did not like is the struggle part.
Because they always got to have some struggle.
I didn't like
they always got to have black people in struggle, man.
I didn't like the perpetual struggle.
Right.
It's okay to have some struggle, but damn, let me see some daylight at some point, man. They
was always in that apartment.
Think about it. When he finally did get some daylight, they killed him off. So it's like, I was like, okay.
They did kill him, right?
So that's why I watched the Brady Bunch. So the Brady Bunch was my economic supplement. Okay, so I watched the Brady Bunch, and I was like, okay, I like this family because they got issues that these guys over here don't have every day. They don't have to worry. They ain't never had an issue with damn lights getting cut off, the phone getting cut off,
somebody robbing them,
the rent being overdue,
somebody getting burned by that
robbed,
penny getting burned with the iron.
They didn't have any of those issues. Their issues were strictly value issues, moral issues. Somebody tell on somebody. Now, Marsha, you know it's not nice to tell. You know, it's not
really studying shit like this?
Nobody likes to be a tattletale.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I studied it, man.
Did you ever get therapy, man?
Huh?
Did you ever get therapy?
Did I ever get therapy?
Therapy, yeah.
Well, you know what? When I was in the first grade, I got therapy once.
Wow.
Because I beat up somebody in the first grade.
Bad.
Well, it was just one person, but I was beating up everybody. And then it was like, this kid needs help.
Right.
So they sent me to this therapist, and I faked out. I was just...
You knew the game?
I faked out. I was just... She was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. You know, like I was I was a precocious kid.
First
smart.
grade?
First grade.
Yo, you must have a crazy IQ, man.
Yeah. I'm pretty sharp.
Yeah.
You know, I faked it out because I knew right from wrong. See, I was never crazy. A lot of the kids today, they're not crazy. If you know right from wrong, you're not crazy.
Right.
Okay? Like a crazy person is not going to tell you I'm crazy.
Right.
Okay?
A sane person will be like, I'm crazy, girl.
Yeah.
I'm crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, yeah. So, yeah, I knew. Yeah. I knew early on. I knew right from wrong.
That's dope, man.
And I remember when I was locked up, this youngster was being disrespectful, and he was
to you.
We was about to, I beat his ass. You know, we was shooting pool, and he was like, "Well, this is the way I talk."
Right.
You know, he said something like, "Man, 8-ball on the corner on his ass," or something like that. And I said, "Say, man, I don't talk like that, bro. Don't talk to me like that, man."
Were you singled out? Were you singled out because? You were who you were?
Yeah. Plus, they were thinking I'm old, you know. He old, you know. They don't know. Like, these fucking hands are very fucking lethal.
Like, yo, you did Golden Gloves, right? Yeah. To what point, man? What was the highest you got?
17. I mean, I won a champion.
Right. That's crazy, man.
State of Texas.
Do you still practice, man? Or you still?
No.
Okay. But
I don't box anymore, but I still fight.
It's a skill I would imagine that never goes away.
No, it don't. Right. It don't. And that's why I try to stay healthy.
Right.
You know, I binge every now and then, but for the most part,
you look mad healthy, man.
Yeah, I try to do that, man. I try to eat healthy. You know, I try to if I do something bad, you know, I put something in my body bad, I do it in moderation, because I'm starting to see, especially around my age, and even people 10 years younger than me, dropping off now.
Yeah,
they're dying of heart disease and diabetes. And these type of things can be avoided by just eating right and exercising. And a lot of people are like, man, well, I don't like running. Well, shit, you want to run now? You want to, or you want to run for your life?
Right, exactly.
Well, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
So my thing is that, because I know people that got a lot of money, man, and their bodies are toe up.
Right.
I mean, they put everything in their body, so you're gonna make all that money, so you can spend the rest of your days spending the money trying to get healthy.
Right.
And you're gonna die anyway. So we all gonna die. We all gotta die something. But I want all of mine. I don't want to make any contributions to my death. I don't want to do none of that. Like that's why
a good fact, my dude.
That's why I won't join the gang. That's why I never joined the gang growing up. I had an opportunity. Like, we didn't really have gangs in Houston, but we had posses and cliques.
Right, local cliques.
And I could have did that easily, and I could have easily been a leader, but I didn't do it because my thing is that I don't want to make any contributions to my death. That's why I don't smoke.
Right,
it's not natural to put smoke inside of your
weed at all.
Your body. I don't smoke.
Wow, that's crazy.
No.
Let me ask you this question, man. Like we talked about how you broke the cycle with your children, man. Did you ever resolve your issues with your mom?
You know, I didn't.
Right.
I didn't. The thing is that we kind of just lived. We kind of just, because I bought a house, even despite all that stuff. I bought a house. I still was visited often and dropped money off and stuff like that. But it was, a lot of stuff was just, I'm doing this because it's mom. And
but it was a strained relationship.
This is what you do for mom.
Right.
It was like that. It was like that. So I remember before she died, before she went into a coma, she was trying to talk to me. And I didn't think she was going to die.
Right.
I mean, this is mama. This is the person that you always.
That's your rock.
That's always going to be there, and you know what she is. If you ever missing mama, you already know if she ain't at home, she's going to be over a friend's house. She's going to be, if she's from the hood, she'll probably be down the street at the cafe. And that's it.
Right.
Or maybe her mama house if her mama is still alive or something. Her sister, that's it. You know how to find mama.
You know her schedule.
Everybody else, your sisters and brothers, everybody else, ain't no telling what the hell they are.
Right.
But you know where mama is. And so I never thought she was going to die. So, so when before she went into a coma, she was trying to talk to me. And I told her, save her energy. I said, save your energy. I'll talk to you later. And that night she went into a coma and she never recovered. I was broken because I just didn't realize that I had no idea she was going to die. She died of cancer.
That was your moment.
Yeah. She died of cancer.
Right.
I had no idea. Later on, my sisters and brothers told me that they realized that she was it felt like she was going to die.
Right.
But I had no idea. I spent the night at the hospital every night, slept on the floor in the waiting room. Every night.
If you had a chance to talk to her, man, what would you have said, man?
I'm sorry.
Right.
Because here's the thing, like what I did, I really just didn't understand why she was so angry all the time. And I realized that she dealt a bad hand. And, it's 5 of us, 4 daddies between us.
Right. Damn.
Yeah.
What number were you?
I'm in the middle.
Okay. So the middle, you was a problem child.
Yeah, right. I was. And I was combative. I was like questioning everything. Like, do me bad, hit me. You do it again. I ain't scared. That kind of thing. Like I was like I just was not mine. And she didn't like that. It was like, God damn, boy, I'm beat your ass some more. Like I just. So you
were defiant to her when she was.
I was defiant. Right. I was defiant, and she didn't really like that at all. So, I really did not know that. I didn't understand her story and wasn't trying to understand her story. But she had a lot of broken promises by the men in her life.
I can imagine.
And
4 fucking fathers out of 5 siblings.
So she had a lot of broken promises. And she also was raised by a mother who had 14 children.
Jesus Christ.
She had 14 children by, I think, about 7 or 8 men.
Jesus Christ. So
this is something.
You got a lot of uncles and aunties.
I do, but she came from there. I got about 100 first cousins.
Come on, man.
Yeah, first cousins.
100.
Yeah. So yeah. So you can imagine we ain't really lose no family fights.
Right. Yeah. Yo. Yeah. Here they come.
Yeah. But I did not realize her struggle, what she was going. I didn't try to understand it, and so. Had I known, I wouldn't have did some of the things that I did outside of the home.
Like what? Like what wouldn't you have done?
Robbery, break-ins, fighting.
You was an enforcer too, right?
Yeah, all of that. I wouldn't have caused us so much grief.
Right.
I wouldn't have done it because I didn't even understand. Even as I don't care how, unfit your mom might be. Most mothers I know that they really love their children. They just don't know how to express it.
Right. And that's a lot of our problems.
Yeah. They don't know how to express it.
Right.
So I just did not realize that. And so I would not have caused her extra grief. I would have been a better son.
Right.
I would have been a better son.
That's big, man.
I was not the best son I could have been.
Right. That's big, man.
Yeah, I was not the best son. That's why in my verse on the Ghetto Boys song, the We Tried song, that's why I just opened up on that, and I said, you know, the words that I said, because I was just reminiscing on the stress that I caused her.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Yo, listen, man. Let's switch up some gears, man. You have a fucking hot song going on through the country right now. You calling out Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Raven, Simone, Don Lemon, Stacey Dash is busting back at you, man. What's going on with this song, Coon, man? Coons, yeah. Coon. It's called Coon, man. What's going on with this record, man? You calling people out, man?
It's time. I just got tired of hearing it, man. You know, you know how you just get to a fucking point where you just get tired. Man? I just got tired of hearing the cooning, these people who put on these nice suits and dresses and
quote unquote represent us, maybe.
And so-called or the spokesperson or just the sounding boards for the black community. I just got tired of these fucking house Negroes selling us out. And how are they selling us out, man? Well, they getting on television, and every time there's an issue involving the black community, they're using disparaging words to try to bring us down, right, to paint us in a negative light and say that we're responsible for our own plight. We're responsible for our own oppression.
Right.
We're responsible. It's our problem. We're creating the problem.
What about black on black crime?
Yeah. They're regurgitating the white supremacist ideologies, the white supremacist talking points. That's what they're doing. That's the whole idea of cooning. The cooning is a lot of people getting it mixed up about what cooning really is.
What do they get mixed up?
Well, I'm telling you, like a lot of things that people used to say, "Oh, that's ghetto, that's ghetto." Now they just saying it's cooning. Like that's the new catchphrase. It's cooning. But cooning is simply a person that sells out his race for the approval of others and for financial gain. A coon is also the type of person who exploits
their own people,
who exploits the stereotypical images of black people, the stereotypical negative images of black people.
Right.
You know, so basically it's like this. If, like I said in the song, if your criticism of the black community outweigh your contribution to the black community, you're a fucking coon.
You're a coon.
Okay, now think about the 5 people I named in that song. Every last one of them. Charles Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, Stacey Dash, Raven Simone, Don Lemon. Most of the time that you hear them talking about black issues, they are criticizing the black community. They're criticizing the black person. Now, they don't do that to the white community.
Right.
They don't say that about the Hispanic community. They're not doing that with the Asian community. They only do it when it concerns black people.
That's when they get activated.
And check this out. Those networks like ESPN, TNT, and CNN, they don't have any other people that represent another ethnicity calling them out, like talking down on their own ethnicity. They only do that to the black community.
Right.
Period. Now you tell me, if those motherfuckers ain't racist, you tell me who is. You tell me who is.
Yeah.
They're racist too. They're just as much of the problem. Those networks and the executives that hire those coons, because they're hiring
they know
the coons.
What the fuck they're doing.
They're hiring the coons to say what they can't say.
Right.
That's why they're hiring them. And they need to be called out. And I know a lot of people are afraid to call them out because they don't want to miss that opportunity to go on and get on the station or whatever. Because a lot of these networks are conglomerates. They're all owned by the same people. Mm-hmm. 3 or 4 different entities own everything. So they want to make sure they don't get blocked out. They want to make sure that they don't get omitted from some type of party or some shit. Fuck all that. I don't give a damn about none of that. I don't even want to be around these coons.
Yo, let me ask you something though, man. Out of everybody, man, Stacey Dash firing back, man. She ain't afraid of you, man.
Yeah. Well, it's easy.
Like you said something about, what'd you say about her that she's responding to?
I said I wish that would have been Stacey Dash on the ground instead of Michael Brown, but with additional rounds.
That's some real shit though.
Yeah.
And she's coming from the perspective of like, are you threatening my life or some shit like that?
First of all, I wouldn't threaten anybody's life.
Right.
I mean,
but you know how these people interpret our culture and our words though.
I don't give a damn how they interpret it. You know, You know,
I like that, man. You ain't trying to be accepted.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It's not up to me.
Right.
I'm responsible for what I say,
right.
not how you interpret it.
Right. Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm gonna say it. If you want to take it and run it that way, then take it and run it that way. But I know what I said and I know what I meant.
Right.
You want to take it and do something else with it, that's on you.
Yo, what was the straw in the camel's back that got you to this point to do this song, man?
The Charles Barkley, the fucking coon general.
Yeah, he's
the ambassador to coons.
He's the coon president.
Yeah, he's the coon president.
The coon poobah.
Yeah, he's the coon president. You know, he getting on television talking about the jury got it right in the Ferguson case. The jury got it right in the Trayvon Martin case. I don't know. I think Charles Barkley hasn't always been a coon.
Right.
Charles
always
Barkley,
outspoken.
He was always outspoken, and he really was that guy that everybody liked, like real dudes really loved him.
So
and we always loved Charles Barkley in the hood. We was like, man, Charles Barkley, that's what I'm talking about, you know. Man, black man ain't scared to say what the fuck he mean, because white guys are, they always get to say what they mean. They don't, and when white guys, like, take Donald Trump. When Donald Trump says something.
Build a wall around Mexico.
When Donald Trump says something, people don't even say he's outspoken. They just say, it's Donald Trump, because he's white and he should be able to say whatever the hell he want to say. But see, the reason why they get mad when black men say whatever we want to say, because the people that do get mad when black men are stand up and honest and say what they want to say, the reason why those people get mad is because they think. When they think of us, they think, you niggas ought to just be happy you're not slaves anymore.
Yeah,
so shut the hell up. Just why are you complaining?
Jobs, you got education.
Why are you complaining? They don't even care about jobs and education. They don't care about that. They're just saying, nigga, you ain't slave no more. Shut the hell up.
Yo, did you see that thing on ESPN a couple of weeks ago with Bomani Jones? You know Bomani Jones?
Of course. That's Houston boy.
Yeah, you seen the shirt that he wore?
No.
He wore this shirt, like, instead of the Cleveland Indians, he wore this shirt called the Caucasians. And it was this white boy with blonde hair, and then he had the $ where the feather is for the Indians.
Okay.
And they had him close his shirt. Like, it made crazy controversy. And he's like, yo, like, you have a problem with a parody shirt where I'm calling out Caucasians for being money hungry, but you for years you've been having this Indian dude on the shirt, and that's that's racist. Right. And it's just crazy, man, how they can't take that medicine, man. Right. Crazy, man.
Good point.
Yeah.
But Bomani, he's a stand-up dude.
Yes, he is.
I love that dude.
He's been on the show several times.
And I love that dude, and it's just the same way I love you. I like the same way I love Tariq Rashid. Yes. Y'all stand-up cats, and y'all put it on the line. I mean, because either one of you guys could have a much bigger platform. Right.
But Bomani's on a big platform.
Yeah,
though.
he is. And
he came up.
But Bomani came up. Bomani came up. And it could be even bigger.
Right,
it could be even bigger.
Yeah, but he's not playing that game, man.
But he's not playing that game, and I love him for that. But we need that. We need more of that.
Yes,
and
sir.
we need to stop giving these coons a pass. We need to stop watching these coons. Stop supporting these coons. Hey, man, I know you like your sports, man, but I turned ESPN off. Fuck ESPN.
Completely.
Man, I don't watch that shit. It ain't nothing but a show.
Right.
It ain't nothing but a network, man. That's all it is.
You a sports fan?
I am a sports fan.
Where you catch your
I don't
sports
have
at,
to
man?
watch it, man. I don't have to watch it. I
Yo,
just
that's crazy.
don't.
That's
I'm
crazy.
an entertainment fan.
Yes.
I love music, but I don't watch the award shows because it's loaded.
Yo, Willie, you got a coon 2?
I got a coon 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You got 5 coons coming.
Yeah.
Who did you miss off of coon 1, man?
Man, I can't really tell you.
You can't tell me, man?
I can't
you can't tell me one. You can't give me a little
I can't tell you, but those coons are already in your head. I think you know who some of those other coons are. If they don't make 2, they'll probably be on 3 or 4.
Yo, listen, this is an amazing. I don't want to call it a gimmick.
Yeah.
But this is a great vehicle, man, to do this series, because people are gonna be expecting, like, people are gonna be waiting for you to drop that. How'd you, like, yo, when you came up with this idea, you were fed up, but did you also say, yo, I got this? Well, I got this.
Yeah, when I first thought about it, see the way.
Yo, you got this, Willie.
Yeah, thank you, man. I see the way my mind operate when I get an idea for a song. I can tell if the song is going to be explosive before I write it.
Oh, this shit is explosive.
If I come up with the idea,
boom!
Yeah, like once I get the idea in my head.
Right.
I'm like, okay, at that point, it's just about formulating the lyrics.
Right.
That's it. And so I had to think about, okay, damn, which coons are going to make the list? Because I didn't realize there was so many coons.
So you start studying up on it?
I started thinking about it. I started thinking, like, okay.
How many coons have you come
I knew some coons off the top of my head that had to get it.
Right.
And then I started like, man, damn, this coon right here really deserved to be on the list right here. This coon deserve it.
Yo, he's working hard.
Right, yeah. And then I was thinking, well, this coon right here, he hadn't put in as much cooning work. Right. I don't think he
got some MVP potential.
Yeah. We'll probably save him for 2. Give him another year, he'll be ripe and ready.
Oh, he'll be good. He'll be flexing, right?
Real talk, man. Real talk. So I was like, I'm gonna save that coon. They all gonna get it. Trust me.
Yo, that's crazy.
Any new coon's gonna get it.
Oh, they not gonna like you, Willie.
They gonna get it.
They not gonna like you, man.
Man, I don't care. I don't really operate for them, man. I do what I do for the people.
Yo, how often are you gonna be recording these new songs?
I'm gonna probably put one out every third quarter.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Yo,
yeah.
you should jump in the game and have a coon wrap up.
Yeah.
At the end of the year, like how kind of skills and murder, Uncle Murder, like the coon wrap up.
Right.
Of the year, like the award show, like the awards.
You know, Tariq got an award show called, I think he called it, is it the Coon Train or something like that? Tariq, my boy, man.
Yeah, Tariq is crazy, man. He's crazy.
Tariq is
he's been on the show. And
Tariq is very, very sharp.
Right.
Very sharp brother, very intelligent, and very much needed.
Very outspoken.
Very outspoken. But
I mean, they got a lot of, some people got some issues with him, but
here's the thing, man. You know, I'm not.
A lot of women don't like him.
I don't care about the outspoken part.
Right.
You know, because my sister's outspoken. I wouldn't be saying like, oh, she's very sharp.
Right.
Very sharp. No, this brother is sharp, and he knows what he's talking about. You can't corner him, and he can stand his ground against anybody. I love that dude. Just the same as I love Jeffrey Canada out in Harlem. Right. What that brother is doing, man, is nothing short of phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, he's a gift from heaven. I love that dude.
That's dope, man.
I love that dude, man. And we need more people like that. And they need to be uplifted and they need to be supported, not by just some damn likes, you know, on social media and stuff.
Their platforms need to be applauded, man.
They need to be applauded, man, and they need to be supported and they need to be protected. So when somebody come for them, you know, everybody need to stand up and do the same thing that other communities do when they protect their heroes.
Yep, definitely.
When you have somebody out there putting it on the line for you, you need to put it on the line for them. Show them that you appreciate it. I remember when Ice Cube did when he went to talking about certain things in his songs back in the day, and I believe he said something about Jews.
Yes.
And
yeah, when he did No Vaseline.
Yeah.
When he called out Jerry Heller.
That was it, exactly.
And when he said that shit, I was like, oh.
And people started tripping, and a whole lot of people didn't support him.
Right.
A lot of people he thought that would be there to support him, they backed off. And that's when he pretty much said, you know what, fuck this shit. You know, y'all gonna put me out here like this. Y'all gonna leave me out here like this. I'm going to bat for y'all. I don't have to make this kind of music. Right. Cube is very versatile. Yes. He can,
look at him right now. Ain't nobody scared of Cube right now. Yeah. In America. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I don't know. He got a different type of fear now. Yeah. It's on a whole different level.
Right.
And really, you know, people that understand real power understand that he's more feared now than ever.
Right. Because he controls a lot of
It's
vehicles,
just
man.
a different level, man.
Yes, sir.
It's on a whole different level. He figured this shit out.
Yeah, he did, man. Listen, let's go to a quick break, man. Yeah. Listen, internet, you tune into the Combat Jack Show, combatjackshow.com. Listen, do me a favor, man. Go to iTunes, man. Rate, subscribe, comment. Go to SoundCloud, man, and comment and subscribe, man. We need that love. We're giving you this love, man. We're giving you this love for the past 6 years, free 99. Go to the shop, man. Go to combatjackshow.com, man. Get yourself a snapback. The snapback's crazy. The tees, it's springtime right now. It's uncuffing season. Get uncuffed. Get uncuffed, my niggas, and get that T-shirt, man. Listen, we got the great, legendary Willie D in the building. F your radio, F your TV show, and F your podcast. Hey, yo, Internet's this portion of the Combat Jack Show is sponsored by Bevel, the superior shaving system for people with coarse, curly hair and sensitive skin. Yo, man, recently I've been getting a lot of orders from the ladies, man. They really want to try it and shave their underarms and, you know, other areas that make it nice and smooth. Yeah. Let me get focused. Ladies, I love that y'all are supporting the product, man. Tristan loves that y'all are supporting the product. Walking Associates loves that you're supporting the product. And it's not just for the ladies, but ladies. Go to getbevel.com, punch in promo code FREEJACK, FREEJACK, to get your first 30 days, months worth of orders for free. Yes, ladies, niggas too. Go to GetBevel, punch in FREEJACK. GetBevel.com, punch in FREEJACK, man. Let's all flourish. Let's all flourishing, ladies. Ladies, keep shaving like a queen. And now back to the show. Hey, yo, internets, we're back with the Combat Jack Show. We got the legendary Willie D in the building. Houston, stand out. No, Houston. Like, listen, like, out of all the regions that fuck with the Combat Jack Show, man, Houston really gives us support, man, and I really appreciate that, man. So, Houston, I mean it from my heart, man. We got an original OG Houston representative in the building, man. Stand up. Willie, how you feeling, man?
I feel blessed, man.
We're not getting too deep, are we? Huh?
Shit. I don't think I've ever been asked that question.
Yo, let's go back to your early days, man, with regard to your career, man. Like, what made you want to rap?
I was in the neighborhood. We used to hang out.
Doing what, man?
Well, we used to hang out in the neighborhood, just like way back in the old days when you see these movies and they show these little doo-wop segments in the movie where the guys are hanging out and they're singing and stuff like that.
Like the doo-wop?
Yeah, we were hanging out one night and we were listening to music.
Like what was you listening to, man?
We were listening to Run DMC, Suck MCs.
Right. Revolutionary record, right?
Yeah, man.
Revolutionary record.
And one of my buddies, Steve Mayweather, said, man, me and Willie can do that. I was 16.
Why did he think you could do that?
I don't know, man. I mean, he just threw me under the bus, really, because I had no aspirations to rap.
Right.
Never even thought about it.
Right.
I was going to be a fighter. I was going to be a boxer.
Right.
Or I was going to go and become an airline pilot for military or something.
Right. You wanted to go in the military, man?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you were a fighter.
It's going to be a pilot. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It's going to be like I wanted to be like a combat, pilot for in the military or something, you know. And Steve was like, me and Willie can do that. And I was like, and everybody was like, yeah, right. Yeah. And so I'm listening, and I'm listening to the rhyme scheme.
Who was your favorite, man, Runner or DMC?
DMC.
Yeah.
I'm listening to the rhyme scheme, and I'm like, it sounds pretty simple, you know. I think I might be able to do that. So he goes in his house, I go in my house, and we come out in 1 hour. He does his rap, everybody start laughing. I do mine, and they start raising their eyebrows.
What was your first rap, man?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember your first rap, Willie?
I can't remember.
Right.
Whatever it was, I mean, I couldn't fuck with Run DMC.
Right.
Whatever it was, it was good enough to know to make them raise their eyebrows.
Right. You sensed that power.
Yeah. When they did that, I was like,
oh shit,
maybe it's something, you know.
Right.
So I wrote. I think that night I wrote about 8 bars in an hour.
Right.
So after that, I wrote another 8 bars. So I got a 16.
You got 16.
And then
you got a mean 16.
Then I wrote another 16.
So you got 2 16s in your pocket right now. And
but the first 16 I wrote, I would go around rapping that 16. And anytime somebody tried to battle me, I would rap that 16. And when I get to the end, I'll be like, you know what, man, I ain't gonna even go no more, you fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm wasting my time.
Right.
And everybody, woo! But I ain't had no more raps. You know what I'm saying?
You ran out.
Yeah, I ran out. So I didn't have anything else to say.
Right. So how did it get from doing these raps with your friends to like being a professional thing? Like, how did you run into the legendary J Prince, man?
What it was is that the way it progressed is that I wrote a 16, and I wrote another 16, now I got a whole song.
Right. And did you know about writing songs, or because most motherfuckers just write?
No,
I wrote before they learn how to write a song.
No, I basically was mimicking the structure of some of the other artists.
Right.
I was like, okay, they doing this many. At that time, we call them lines, not bars.
So you were really studying the song writing process, which is amazing.
Yeah, and I was studying LL Cool J too,
right.
Because what I liked about LL Cool J was his use of words.
He had a great vocabulary.
He didn't. Yeah, he had an extensive vocabulary. He didn't just use like those predictable words.
Right.
And I like the idea that oftentimes you didn't know how he was going to end the rap.
Right.
How he was going to end the rhyme part. So I don't like people finishing my rhyme. Don't say my fucking rhyme before I say it.
Right. Don't figure that shit out.
Exactly. So, I try not to write that type of rap where somebody can finish any one of my lines.
Right.
So that's the way I started writing. And then I started battling. And the first time I battled, I went to this place called Flash's. Nightclub. And I went up against Romeo Poet and the Raw Flush. At that point, Romeo Poet was a solo artist, and then he teamed up with the Raw Flush. These two dudes they were like the coldest cats in the city.
They had the
when it come to
reputation.
battling.
They had it on lock.
Yeah, they had it on lock. So I went on.
Was you nervous when you?
Unbeknownst to me,
right.
Man, I was nervous. I didn't even know what it was. I was too stupid to be nervous. I was crazy, man. I didn't care. I went up on stage. Now they was beatboxing. They had they had an actual beatboxer. They had a DJ.
They had the beatbox machine.
They were. Ooh. They had the DJ. They had 3 rappers.
Did they have the echo chamber?
No, I don't know about all that.
Right.
But they were a crew.
They were well oiled.
And they rocked the house, like rocked it. And then here I go. I get on stage. I don't even have music. I'm getting on stage and I rap a cappella.
Right.
Boo, boo, get the fuck off stage. Get out there, get your ass off stage. Boo, boo, boo. So I cussed the crowd out.
you're not, that's rule numero uno, man. You don't cuss the crowd.
Man, I cussed the crowd out.
Fuck you.
I cussed the crowd out. And I was like, yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
So 1 week later, I came back.
Was you tight? Was you tight when you went home? Because how does it feel to get booed, man?
Felt pretty bad, but again, like I say, I'm vengeful.
Right.
So I wanted to get them back.
Right.
I wanted to get the crowd back.
So you wrote specific rhymes for these cats.
So I went back and I was like, I had to step my game up. So I studied what they did. I said, okay, so first of all, I got to give me some music.
Right.
So I got some music and I came back the next week and I did a rap again. This time, I didn't win, but I didn't get booed either.
Right.
So
what was it? They won.
They won. But they won the next, maybe, I had to go against them maybe, I think 6-7 times before I finally won.
Wasn't nobody tapping you on the shoulder like, yo, son, stay home, man. Leave them dudes alone.
No. I wouldn't have listened anyway because I thought that I was closing in on them.
Yeah, you knew you was close.
Every week I felt like I was getting a little closer, And I knew it was getting a little closer when they would come up and shake my hand.
Right. That was kind of.
And then I said, hey, "What you gonna say?" and stuff like that. They felt me coming.
Who was this mother? And was your name Willie D from the?
Yeah.
Okay, you never had no.
Willie D came. I got the name Willie D in the 10th grade.
Right.
My best friend Ronald Hopes, he was like, man, they got Billy D. And we got Willie D. And it stuck.
So you were named after Billy D. Williams, man.
Well, I was inspired by.
I'm saying, I'm inspired by Billy D.
Yeah,
drinking that Colt 45.
Yeah. So I started battling.
Right.
And after about the 6-7 time, I finally won. And then
how did that feel? How did that feel?
It felt real good. I mean, I felt like I had climbed the mountaintop.
Right. What was their response?
They were dejected because they was the kings.
Yo, you dethroned the kings.
They were dejected. So, but after a while, we started battling at this place called Rhinestone. And Rhinestone is the most famous club in Houston of all time.
Right.
That was the spot that you battle. The battle raps be on Sunday nights, and it went till the club would close at 4 a.m. And you start battling at the battle rap portion would start around 2:30.
Right.
Every morning.
Right.
People would miss work, be late for work to watch the battle rap. Dudes would come from New York to battle.
Were they coming after you now?
They would come to battle. They was just coming for me and anybody that was there because they heard about this rap contest in Houston.
Right. What was the prize, man?
It was corny, man. It was like $100. It was like $100 or something, and then we didn't even get all the money ever.
They took tax out, man?
Dude named Big Steve, man.
Big Steve tax you, my nigga?
That nigga still owe me a few dollars, man.
Well, he gave you like $87?
Yeah. But we was just but my thing was that see, back then it was a pride thing.
Right.
The money was cool.
Of course, we didn't do it for the money.
The money was cool, but we wanted the pride more than, it was about pride more than anything.
Right.
Like, I'm the top dog.
Right.
Can't nobody beat me. And once we got over to the rhinestone, I kind of basically took over.
Right.
And
so you was winning consistently.
I was winning consistently
Right.
and mostly.
Right.
And then the last 13 weeks it was open, I won every week in a row.
13 in a row.
13 in a row. Even Vanilla Ice came out there 4 weeks. He came out there and
How was Vanilla Ice?
him.
How was he?
He was, the thing that I liked about Vanilla Ice is that he was courageous.
Right.
The dude was fearless. Like, he would get up on the stage and he'd rap, and it was a two.
Was he the only white boy in the joint?
It was two. Yeah, most of the time.
Right.
It was a 2-part series for the contest. The first part was you do a regular rap, and then if you made it to the
second
final,
round, right.
to the second round, that's the battle rap part.
Right.
And so people would automatically cheer for him so they can get him in the battle rap part.
So he could eat his
tear that ass up. Yeah. So that's how he would always, he ended up in the battle rap part every time. And I remember he used to rap, and he would be up, like, he had a mic and he'd be like all in my face, like,
oh, word?
Yeah, he just
came at you.
Yeah, like he was serious.
He was serious.
Yeah. But
that's a good story,
I
man.
respected that, though.
Did you respect when he blew up afterwards, man?
Yeah, I actually told Jay to sign him.
Really?
I told Jay to sign him. Actually, I watched this demo tape. It was on a VHS.
Right.
And this is something you can't make up.
Of course,
right?
of course.
So I'm in Jay's office, and he asked me what I think. I say, man, he can't really rap that good.
Right. But he's heartless.
I said he can't really rap that good. His rap it's okay.
Right.
But he can dance, and he white. I'd sign him.
And why didn't Jay sign him, man?
Jay later said that he wanted to sign him, but he had left it up to his partner, Cliff.
Right.
Cliff Blodgett was his partner at the time, and he thought that Cliff had signed him. And he said that I recently heard him say in an interview that when he heard the music on the radio, he was like, "Ooh, we got a hit," He thought he called Cliff, and Cliff said, "Nah, man, I didn't sign him. I was waiting on you."
Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
He thought that was his record.
Yeah, I saw him because he was performing at a club in Dallas.
Right.
The tape was a tape of him performing in a club in Dallas, and he did "Ice Ice Baby" and that one of those other songs.
Right.
That was a big song.
That's
for
a
him.
crazy
that
story.
second song
Right.
that was for him.
That's crazy.
But
story.
I sat in the office. I watched that video, and I said, "Sign him."
Right.
I said, "You should sign him."
So, what was your relationship with James? With Jay, like, man? Like, when did you meet him?
The way me and Jay met was through my barber.
Right.
We had the same barber. We're both from Fifth Ward.
Okay.
So Jay was from one side, like the park that they claimed on that side was called Tuffley Park.
Right.
And the park that I claimed, from my side, was Sweeney Park.
Okay.
In the bottom. So my barber used to always tell me that I should sign with Rap A Lot because Jay got the money and I got the talent. Mm-hmm. And he had one of those, what they call it, tracheotomy?
Yeah, like one of those
yeah.
like.
Well, yeah, and he would talk like this. Say, man, you and Jay, y'all need to get together.
Was that breath getting on the back of your neck, my nigga?
No. I would have said something.
Right. That's your throat breath, my dude.
No, he was like, man, y'all need to get together.
Right.
Y'all need to get together and make music, man. I got to, you got the talent,
right?
And he got the money,
right?
Y'all put that together. Y'all make this music, man. Y'all blow up, and then make a movie and put me in it. That was his thing.
He wanted to be in a movie.
Yeah. So
when did you
for about a year?
Right.
He rolled me about this because every time that I would come to the barbershop, he would tell me how people were saying that I was getting off on people at the club
right.
the prior Sunday. So finally, I just gave him my phone number to give to Jay. And I seen Jay in the barbershop a couple of times, while I was there. And he just come in and, get his cut and then walk out. And I did the same thing. Right. And I was like, I ain't saying nothing to him. Shit, he know who I am.
You knew who he was.
I'm Willie D. He know. He been in the club while I was in the club.
Right.
He seen me smashing these bars. He want me to sign him to come to me.
Yeah.
I'm ignorant, man.
Talk to me like a goddamn man.
Yeah, I'm arrogant and shit. I'm stupid like some of these other cats are today.
Right.
Thinking that this man needs me. You know what I'm saying? I guess we did in a way need each other,
Right.
but he had money, I didn't.
Right.
So I probably needed him more.
Of course.
So, but I didn't catch it early on, man, and I finally gave him. Thank God I gave Harvey my number, and Jay called me in a couple weeks. I came in, I did an audition, slammed it, and he gave me a contract. And I initially signed a solo deal.
Right. Because you didn't want to be in a group, right?
No, I didn't want to be in a group.
Why not?
Just because all of the different conflicting personalities, the turmoil that groups face, the egos. I just never. I seen all the great groups break up.
Mm-hmm.
And
even that early.
See, I don't like doing. If I do something, I want to be committed to it.
Right.
I don't like saying you're my friend and then I just stop fucking with you.
Right.
I ain't no wishy-washy type dude. I'm very, very loyal. You got to do some dirty shit to me,
right,
for me to just really, really stop messing with you.
So how'd it go from you being a solo artist to the Ghetto Boys?
Jay asked me to write some songs for Ghetto Boys.
Right.
The group that was the original Ghetto Boys,
right,
who were already formatted.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me to write some songs.
And the name was already there. He came up with the name.
The name was already there. Right. They had already did a single and put out an album.
Right.
And it was time to put out a new album.
Were they popping at the time?
It had some success, some regional success. So it was time to put out a new album. And he wanted me to write a couple songs for the new album.
Right.
I was already writing on my solo album.
Right.
And he was like, I want you to write something for the Ghetto Boys. So I wrote it. I wrote I wrote Do It Like a G.O. and Let Her Hope Be a Hoe.
Right.
He was like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So he wanted to take the group in a different direction.
Right.
And the other cats wasn't really feeling it.
Was it too hard for them?
Let a hoe be a hoe was too hard for them because they had girlfriend and wife.
So they had those shackles on them.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to know if say it was shackles.
But they had those limitations that they couldn't go past that, or they didn't feel comfortable going past.
I mean, they had certain standards. I mean, that was their standard.
Right,
it was like Johnny C was like, I'm not doing this type of rap. Period, and I got to respect him for that.
Of course.
And Jukebox was going to actually be in the group. When we went to the studio for the first day, Jukebox was actually in the group. But going backwards, getting back to where I was at first, they didn't really want to do it. So Jay came to me one night. He came by my house. He was like, man, I want you to be a ghetto boy.
Right.
What you think about being a ghetto boy?
Right.
I said, I don't want to be I don't want to be on no group.
Right.
And he was like, man, man, I got this dude, I got this boy over here on the south side named DJ Action, man. I want to put y'all together. You Action and Jukebox, man. Y'all be the new Ghetto Boys. Like, Jay, I ain't trying to be in no group. And then Jay, in his persuasive manner, was like, what? Do it for me.
Right. Because he had done so much for you at that point.
Yeah, he had, man, he invested in my dreams, man. Nobody else was investing in my dreams.
Right. So when you met DJ Action, which is who became Scarface, man, what was your first impression of him?
My first impression was that he had it. I mean, he had the skills. I was like, I felt comfortable that we could handle it.
Right.
I was like, because I was heard what Jukebox was doing, and I knew what I could do, and then I heard the original version of the song Scarface, and that was the first thing that I heard from him.
Right.
And what was that other song he had? It was another song he had too. I said, yeah, he got it. He
got it. Right.
Yeah, he got it. Let's go.
Right.
So I felt confident that we could take care of business.
What happened to Jukebox, man?
With the first night of recording, Jukebox quit the group because he had some personal issues.
Right.
So when Jukebox quit the group, now we're down to a 2-man crew.
Right.
And we're writing around the clock. We're recording. And this is like maybe a day later or something like that, day or two later. Bill is sitting in the studio drinking a 40-ounce, rapping Public Enemy. Yes.
Right.
The rhythm, the rebel.
Now
Without a pause, I'm lowering my level. And a light comes on in my head. And I'm like, man, let's put Bushwick in the group.
Was it his size? Was it his his whole thing, like the The style, his rhymes, his personality, and the fact that he was, challenged height-wise.
Well, it really wasn't the style. It was strictly that fact that he was rapping Public Enemy. I mean, that's Public Enemy. That was Chuck style, So he was rapping Public Enemy, and he was a midget. He was rapping. He was rapping, and he was spitting. Even though it was somebody else's stuff, he was spitting, and he was a midget. And I was like, that's a good gimmick.
You ain't never seen no midget who don't rap.
I was like, I was like, I'd never seen a midget rapping before.
Right.
So I thought that would be something good to give us an edge, give us an angle,
or like we said, I hate using it, but the gimmick.
It was a gimmick, and when I spoke on it, everybody started laughing.
Right, they didn't believe.
And I was like, they didn't
because they didn't believe in him.
Yeah, they didn't.
Right.
I was like, nah.
What the hell was he doing in there?
He was just hanging out.
Right.
See, Bushwick initially was a dancer for the Ghetto Boys.
Right.
So he's on that first album cover.
Right.
But he was a dancer. He was not an official member or like a rapper.
Right.
So when I seen him, I was like, nah. Everybody started laughing. I was like, nah, man, I'm serious. Let me write something for him. I say, I say, no offense, Bill, but if I saw a midget rapping, I'd be tripping like a motherfucker.
You would stop.
Yeah. I say, that's going to make them look at us, but let me write them something, and I'm going to make the motherfuckers take him seriously.
Right.
So I took him downstairs into the breakfast area, and I was like, man, I asked him some questions about himself. And I embellished it with what I thought it might be like to walk in his shoes, and I came up with Size Ain't Shit. 3 days later, Bill recorded it, and he nailed it. And that's how he became a Ghetto Boy.
Right,
that's how he became a rapper.
That's crazy. Now, you listen, man, like we know that your pen game is crazy. But in a group with dynamic, like ginormous images like Scarface and Bushwick, what was your role, man?
I mean, my role, man, was really the dude that was the political thinker in the group. I was the guy that was like, okay, what are the issues? What are out there? What are the hot button issues going on? Let's talk about that shit. And then when it came as far as stylistically, I was a loud dude. I'm gonna shout my way through
Run
this
DMC.
shit. Yeah, I'm the loud dude. I'm gonna shout my way through this shit. And Bill role was to be, the humorous guy, the comic relief, the clown. Right. And Brad role was to be the smooth, cool, laid back dude. Right. And if you watch for years, we played it exactly like that. Mm-hmm. And they continued to play it like that, but I modified my style somewhat to take my shit to another level.
Right.
But and not to say that, what they had going for them wasn't not working. And still and does not work today, but just for me, I just felt like it was time for me to switch it up, because I thought that I could do better.
Of course,
yeah.
Yo, how did y'all? One of the greatest rap records of all time, you already know, was Mom Playing Tricks on Me. Like that's the record that when I heard it, I was like, oh shit,
right?
Like Houston, to me, like Houston has arrived.
Right.
Like how did y'all create that record, man? Like how'd you come up with your lyrics, man?
Yeah. First of all, Brad brought the song to the table.
Right.
He got the idea from his grandmother. His grandmother would always say, when she lose something, she said, my mind playing tricks on me. So he took that, a light went off, and it came on, and he wrote like 3 verses to the song. He wrote the first 3 verses. Well, not the first 3 verses. He wrote the first. Well, the song basically was written.
Right.
And when Jay heard the song, he was like, this need to be a Ghetto Boy song. Because he had actually wrote it for
himself.
himself.
Right.
And Jay was like, this needs to be a Ghetto Boy song. And let's put Willie D on here.
Right.
So I went in the studio and I wrote my verse to the song. So he ended up with the first verse. That's why he ended up with 2 verses.
Right.
Because he rapped the first verse. I came in, then he came in on the second one, and he gave Bill
the last one,
the third, the fourth verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever think, man, like, number one, that record is so big, the hook is big, but like looking back, man, like your lyric, man, you know what I'm saying? I got big money. I drive big cars. Everybody know me.
Make big money, drive big cars.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm a superstar. Like that record has been not only sampled, but like the Clips made a song about that. Like big, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like the game got, like, you inspired so, what was it about that other people had to get a piece of that, man? Like, were you surprised that so many people sampled that, man, and created their own songs for your lyric?
Yeah, I was, because first and foremost, to do that back in the day would have been considered biting.
Right.
So I never would have thought somebody would have recorded it.
Right, but so many times.
Yeah, but the thing is that today that's considered to be an honor.
Right.
And that's the way I see it. Like, I'm honored that these dudes would hear, something that came out of my head. These monsters of rap, okay? Right. And to take something that came out of my head and recreate it and put it in their own,
keep it fresh still, man.
And put it in their own in their own form. And rappers are still doing it today, not just in the United States. It's all over the world. We're making clearances for that song, and specifically those words that I actually spit. Right. It's a beautiful thing, but I had no idea. I didn't even know Mind Playing Tricks was anything special. Really? I can't lie. When I didn't know how to pick songs back then. I know how to pick a song now. Right. I'm real good at it now. But back then, my whole idea, and even to this day, when I go into the studio, I don't go in the studio to make a hit song. I never try to make a hit record. I go in the studio to make a classic record. Right. And the difference is that the hit record is determined by purchases. It's determined at a time. It's determined by how many people go to the store and buy it. Right. A classic is determined by time. A classic is timeless because you got hit records that nobody play anymore. Right. Nobody cares about. Nobody has ever even heard. But Mind Playing Tricks stands the test of time.
All my kids
people
know
hear
that
it through the years.
Like it's my kids. One of my kids.
Yeah, it's Mind Playing Tricks. It's Let a Hoe Be a Hoe. It's Read These Nikes. It's Bald Head Hoes. Right. It's World is a Ghetto. I mean, it's on and on and on. These are classic songs that no people can never, that are going to be in the annals of hip hop history, music history. Right. So my idea when I make my process is to go in, and if I'm talking about socks, I'm finna make the coldest damn sock song you ever heard, and I'm gonna make sure I cover all the bases about socks. Right. Anything you can think of, I'm finna cover it. I'm gonna make the sock anthem. Right. So I go in to make the classic. That's what I do.
How long does it take you, man, to write a song, man?
It just depends. Sometimes it come right away. Sometimes that song is written in 30 minutes or so.
And sometimes you got to.
Sometimes I got to write a verse. I come back, and then I may take another day to come back and write it. I mean, it never takes me weeks or nothing like that. Something insane like that. But sometimes I have to walk away and then come back, and then. Sometimes I got to include the rewriting process. Right. Sometimes I hear and I say, okay, this is cool, but I think this could be even better. So I'm constantly trying to make the song better until I actually record the song. Right. And if I record it and then I'm going to listen to it, and if it's right, if it's in pocket, I know when it's in pocket. I know when I got them. And if I'm unsure, I'm not going to release it. It might be one thing missing, but I'm not going to put the song out.
I'm sure you and Jay had some fights about that.
No. See, the thing about me and Jay is that we have that same kind of chemistry. Like, sometimes I write stuff and I'm right on the money. Other times I might write something and Jay say, nah, man, I ain't feeling that. Okay, well, what you want? Okay. Go in there and give it to him. Right. I ain't never had to come back twice.
Right. That's crazy.
If I say, what you want then?
That's crazy.
Let's go in. Okay, bam. He said, yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Did you have any idea that the Ghetto Boys would be such a pioneering group?
I hope for that.
Right.
Because when we first started, this reporter from the Houston Chronicle asked us, what are you going to do after you guys blow up? Like, what are you going to do once you get money? Right now, you guys are on your way up. You're still basically living in the hood. You're not making big money and all that kind of stuff. But what are you going to do once you get the big money? Right. What are you going to do? I was like, well, man, we're going to do the same thing that we're doing now. We're going to talk about the same things, because as long as you have civilizations, you're going to have haves and have-nots. You're going to have people. You're going to have injustice. Right. You're going to have racial tension. You're going to have pollution. You're going to have crooked cops forever.
And you were calling this out early, man. Yeah. Like you've been on your pollution thing for a long time, man.
You're going to always have these type of issues. And they I remember me and Brad shortly after that, we're sitting around and we're like, kind of like daydreaming about what we want to do, what we want to be at as a group.
Right.
And I was like, man, I can't remember exactly what Brad said, but I do remember what I said. And I said, I want to be around for 20 years so we can be legends, so we can be considered legends.
That's crazy.
And I don't want to just be around. I want to be relevant 20 years later. I want to be able to do it at a high level.
Cats wasn't even thinking about being relevant.
Well, and see, the thing is that there was no precedence for us back then because rap was still in its infant stages. It was so brand new at that time. We didn't have any artists that had been around 20 years, 25 years. So I had to look at the rock artists and the R&B artists and look at them and say, I want to be like them.
Right.
I want to be considered a legend.
Right.
And I think it's...
And was that your motivation, man?
Yeah. I think that I don't want to just do, like, I don't do anything if I ain't trying to be the best at doing it. I want to be the best.
Right.
If I do, I don't give a damn what I'm doing. If I'm trying, man, it doesn't matter if I'm rapping. It doesn't matter if I'm selling houses. It doesn't matter if I'm having sex. I'm trying to be the best.
Right.
At what I am trying to be the absolute best that I could be. I ain't trying to do it just to do it.
Yo, you came ready when you knocked out Melly Mel, man. You definitely came ready with that, man. So what do you think now, man, about the South being on top, man? And just the music, it's Southern music that drives the rap industry right now. How do you feel about that?
To be honest, man, I'm not really caught up in the region being on top.
Right.
I just want it to be opportunity. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with what I like about the South is that they leveled the playing field.
Right.
That's the part I like more than anything. I'm not one of those dudes
y'all ain't fucking level the playing field. Y'all bulldoze that shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, my main thing is to say that the door is open for opportunity for all. Anybody, whether it doesn't matter if now it's not just about being from New York or L.A.
or Toronto. Which is crazy.
Yeah, like Toronto. You can be from anybody. You got cats coming from Houston. You got Atlanta on top. You got, people coming from Chicago and Memphis, and it goes on and on. Sooner or later, it's real soon. It's going to be somebody else's time. It's going to be another little city's time.
Or some internet. Skepta's coming up in the UK right now, which is crazy. What
I like about it is I like diversity, and I like it that people have a shot. I want to see I think it's a hell of a story to see a Canadian rapper. Who would have ever thought a Canadian rapper would be
Jewish,
the biggest rapper in the game? Who would have ever thought something like that?
I would have seen that, man.
Who would have ever thought that we'd have Eminem doing record numbers like he do, and having these huge concerts and stuff. A white guy,
talented like rap. That, because we saw with Vanilla Ice, but with the his pen game.
Exactly. That's my point. Yeah, the pen game.
Did New York give you a hard time, man? Coming up early on?
Yeah. Booed the shit out of us.
Like who, man? Like where was you at, man?
No, we were at the Palladium.
Okay.
When we first came,
they probably saw Bill and they was like, boo.
No. They booed us because we was using the words bitch and hoe. Like this was the time. This was when that just was not acceptable.
Right.
And
so you're like, God damn, man! I came to New York and got booed.
I was mad. I was like, we can get them motherfuckers back. I'm serious.
Same shit.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna get them back. We'll get them because the way this is how it went. So we walk into the building from the backstage area, and then this dude, like big old 6'9" dude, that's a security guard. You know how New York dudes, real security guy.
Yeah.
If you're security, you look like security.
Of course.
So dude is towering over us, and we walk in. And he's mean mugging us. This has never happened.
Right.
So he's mean mugging us. I'm like, what the fuck wrong with him? We thinking
like the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, we click on this nigga. What? So we walk through, and then they say our name. They say F9, Ghetto Boy. Boo! The boo's just ringing down.
They didn't even let you get on the mic.
They booing us. And it's like 100 journalists there because they tripping over this song we got called Mind of a Lunatic.
Right.
So they are there to cover, they're there to cover that. So people, boo, boo, boo. They booed us so long, man, they started booing us in shifts.
It was waves. It was waves.
Man, they booed us to the left.
Right.
They sat down. At first, everybody was collectively booing. Boo, boo, boo,
Right,
boo,
right,
boo,
right.
boo, boo. And then, after they started getting tired, they was like, these motherfuckers ain't going to leave the stage.
Right, right.
And we just kept on rapping. And then Brad came by me. He was like, man, these motherfuckers ain't feeling this shit. What you want to do, Will? I said, man, we ain't come all the way down here to
We in New
motherfucking
York.
get off the stage. Man, we finna do this shit.
Right.
So we kept on going. We kept going. So after about 20 minutes, the crowd was so restless, we started getting 2 minutes in at a time with no booze. You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Like, that was like, we told their ass.
Yo, was getting it in.
We wore them out.
Right.
But they kept booing the whole, but throughout the 30-minute set, they were like booing. So the whole time it was two girls up front, two very attractive girls up front. And they were singing every single word to every single song.
And you saw this.
And we realized, we met them later on.
Right.
And they told us they were from Houston.
Okay. That's good. That's crazy.
So they were representing.
Right. That's dope, man.
They was representing.
That's dope, man.
So, but after that, like, when we got to the end of the song, this was at the time when Trouble T-Roy had his accident. Heavy D's dancer.
Right. Yeah.
Fell and died.
It was the same event?
No. It wasn't the same event,
Right.
but this happened just maybe weeks before.
Right.
A few weeks before that.
Yeah.
And I was like, at the end of our set, I was like, hey, yo, I know y'all don't give a fuck about us, but I know somebody y'all do give a fuck about. Trouble T-Roy. And everybody started, oh, yeah. Ooh.
That's smart, man.
And I say, yeah. So at the count of 1, 2, 3, I want everybody to say, peace to Trouble T-Roy. 1, 2, 3. Peace to Trouble T-Roy. I say, yeah, motherfuckers, we'll be back. Bam! Slam the microphone.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? So, and 1 year later, dun, 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 sold out Madison Square Garden.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Listen, man, I could, you know, I could talk to you, man, forever, man. But the fans want to know, man. It's the last question, man. When we get that Ghetto Boys, when we get that Ghetto Boys album, I know y'all did the Kickstarter campaign. I know Brad said he wasn't ever going to do it, man.
Yeah.
But where we at, man? We need that, man. It's 2016. You motherfuckers are still doing shows. The songs are still relevant. I mean, you out here, man, getting all these white people and coons all mad and shit. You know what I'm saying? Face lost all this weight. Face lost all that weight, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Bill is around. When we getting this album, man?
I really don't know, man. I mean, I've always been up to doing GB albums. Shit, if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have done the last 3 albums.
Right.
You know, I've like, hey man, I'm dude, like, let's do this shit. Let's just do it. But you know, everybody got to be on board.
Of course.
And right now, you know, Brad ain't on board. And so if he ever gets on board and everybody's still alive.
What about Bill? Is Bill on board?
Yeah, Bill down.
Yeah.
Bill down. You know?
Your face, man. Come on, stop playing, B.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that it's got to be right for everybody.
Of course.
The situation's got to be right.
Of course.
You know, we don't just do it because Brad wants to do it.
Right.
You know, it's got to be right.
It's a group, man.
It's got to be right for everybody.
Right.
So
I'm waiting on that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope I don't have to wait a long time, man.
Yeah.
Listen, Willie, man, you're very active on social media, man. Tell them where they can find you on Twitter.
Willie D Live.
Okay.
That's Willie D Live, WILLIED Live. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And also, you can follow me on Facebook, where I'm very active at, also at Willie D Official. Willie D Official. Check me out, man. And, you know, I'm coming for these coons. If they cooning, I'm coming for them. I'm coon hunting right now.
Yo, you know what, man? I almost forgot, man. I love your advice column for the Houston Press, man. How the fuck did they get you to write an advice column like, help, I'm having sex with my 17-year-old baby? Like you really giving these people advice, man? Yeah.
I've been doing it for 3 years.
That's crazy. How'd you get that, man?
Man, I called them.
Right.
Well, actually, what I did, I called a friend of mine, Shay Sereno.
Yo, Shay. First and foremost, Shay is my dude, man.
Yeah.
Shay's my dude. And the last time I went to South by Southwest, Austin, Texas, he put some money in my pocket. Yo, Shay, man, I fuck with you, man.
Shay always looking out for people, man.
Yeah.
You know, Shay is one of our ambassadors in Houston.
That's dope, man.
But he looked out for me. I called him and I said, say, man, I want to write for the Houston Press. Who do you know over there? And he was like, you know, I'm gonna call my buddy Chris over there. You know, so he called Chris Gray, who's my editor.
Right.
and he got me on the phone with Chris, and I said, yeah, I want to. I said, yeah, I want to write for you. He was like, are you kidding me, man? It's like, are you kidding? You just fucking with me? And I was like, no, man. I said, I want to write an advice column for the Houston Press.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, man, that would be real cool. I guess, I guess you just can kind of like send us an example of something that you know, or what you can do. And, I sent him something right over because at the time I was on, what was that platform? It was another.
MySpace?
No, it was.
Mi Gente?
Form Spring, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. I ain't fuck with that one, but yeah.
I was on that, and I was really active, and I just did some cut and paste and showed them, because people were asking me questions on there.
But you're good with your answers, man. How you so goddamn good with your questions, with your answers?
Living, man,
right.
And I'm fair.
Right.
See. The thing is, it's not what you have to do as an advice columnist. Even if it's like when you're giving advice to a friend,
right?
You have to take your emotions out of it.
And put yourself in their shoes.
Well, you have to take your emotions out of it and just tell the person, give the person rational advice. Like I got a sister that lives in LA. She's thinking about coming back to Houston.
Right.
And I tell her, don't come. Stay in LA. You got opportunity there. Stick it out. Well, she got other friends that say, what? Come back to Houston. Right. But they're saying come back to Houston for selfish reasons.
Of course. They miss their homie.
Yeah, because they want to hang out with her and kick it with her and want to see her more often. I want to see her more often too. But I want her to excel. I want to see her reach her full potential. I want to see her get the best. So, I have to sacrifice my happiness for her happiness. Right. So that's how it is giving advice to people, man. You got to remove you have to remove your emotions.
It's so good, man. Has that changed your life too, man? Has that opened you up more? I mean, the thing I love about Houston, man, be it y'all or Bun, whoever, man, they really support their home team, man. Mm-hmm. Like, has that changed your life?
Well, not really, because I've been doing this. I've been giving advice for a long time.
Right.
If you listen to the records, I'm giving advice in the records.
When's the book coming out, man? You gotta write that book, man. I get your Steve Harvey on.
I actually wrote a book. Okay. I wrote a book that's an adaptation of the advice column.
Right.
So
how'd it do?
I haven't put it out yet, so
you need to update that shit and put it out, man.
Y'all be publicists out there if y'all want to, y'all not publicists but publishers out there if y'all want to
slide you a check,
like do business with me or whatever, man. Hit me up.
Slide you a check, man.
Real talk.
Yo, Willie, man, like this is great, man. I really appreciate it, man. Anytime, man. When you come out with Coon 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5.
I'm coming.
Only 5.
I might go to 30, man.
Yo, the Coon wrap up. Coon wrap up.
But I'm not going to give these coons a break ever again.
You can't afford to, man.
I'm never going to let them slide.
You can't afford to, man.
And I employ everybody else out there to do the same thing. Stop letting these coons get a pass just because they're black. A lot of people saying, well, black men shouldn't attack another black man. Okay, so we just going to let the black man fuck over us because he black, he get a pass.
And it does more damage, man, because you're validating the white power structure, man.
It's the same thing with dealing with these dudes who are in a neighborhood, destroying the neighborhood and making it dangerous for the children and the women to walk, in the neighborhood. It's the same thing. If they ain't for us, they're against us. If you destroying the community, you're not helping us. Right. If you're not helping, you're hurting. Yeah. So if you're making it unsafe for people to walk in the neighborhood,
while black,
it doesn't matter.
You got to go.
Doesn't matter if you black. It's the men, because see, the cops ain't gonna do it because they like it. Right. They love it because at some point
that's their job.
Whatever dude that's shooting up the neighborhood, at some point they gonna shoot him up or they gonna get him and they gonna lock him up. So the cops don't fear them at all. They got them covered. So what they like is that they like those dudes because they want our neighborhoods destroyed. They want our families broken up. They want our families torn.
It keeps them hired. Keeps them employed.
They love it. So the real men in the neighborhood who really claim to love the neighborhood and love their children or whatever, they got to step up. And I know some of these dudes is homies, but homie got to get it. You know, homie, get it too. You know, like, hey man, you know, it's like if you're not helping, you're hurting. It's time for the real man. Dude, you say you real?
Man, we are at war,
let's
man.
get on it.
We are at war, man.
Let's get on it, man. You know, anybody that ain't helping our community is hurting our community, and they must be eliminated. They got to be eliminated. We're gonna give you a chance. Look here, man. Look here, dude. This how we go. I know you've been doing it like this for a long time, brother, but this how we doing it now. You down? You down? Cool. You ain't? Okay.
I got a little something for you.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, Willie, man, thank you so much, man, and continued success, man.
For sure.
Looking forward to seeing you again,
For
man.
sure. Likewise.
Thank you, man. Internet, you know what it is, man. Go to combatjackshow.com, man. Get that merchandise. Ladies, get that merchandise. Go to iTunes, man. So, support us. Subscribe, rate, and comment. Go to SoundCloud, rate, and subscribe. And, yo, man, once again, man, shout out to my peoples over at Monster, man. Y'all kept me up, man. I got a little bit of that spring flu. And this right here is keeping me feeling like a champion. Internet, you know what it is, man. Dream those dreams and then man up, woman up, and live those dreams, because a life without dreams is black and white, and the universe flows in Technicolor and surround sound.
Illuminati!
This episode of the Combat Jack Show was produced by Jonathan Mena, executive produced by A. King and Chris Morrow, engineered by Samir Karan, and recorded in the Engine Room Audio Studio in downtown Manhattan. This is an official Loudspeakers Networks production.
Yo, this is at Barbershop Bobby. Man, what the fuck is Daddy-O smoking, man? How you sit there and let this nigga say he could fuck up KRS-One, Rakim, and Big Daddy Kane? That nigga's not nice like that. He's a fuck. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is he smoking? That nigga is bugging the fuck out. There's been never no day in the history of rap from any Brooklyn nigga ever that came with some shit harder than what Rakim came with. He can't fuck with Big Daddy Kane. He can't fuck with KRS-One. That nigga, he's on the bottom. He's not even on the fucking totem pole. What the fuck is wrong with these niggas? Old ass niggas, man. The fuck? Man, I stopped listening to the fucking show after he said that dumb shit. I just turned it off. I'll holler at you next week, nigga.